Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham. We are live here on YouTube and on Rumble. Welcome back. Game week, even though it's not Packers week, it's still game week. We're repping FGB squad for days. Let's make it happen in the comments section. I know you guys are going to bring the heat on that front. Get the FGBs going. I'll go ahead and get some FGB shout-outs to start this thing off. So spam FGB. Kit says FGB. We got Joel saying FGB. We got Lilia saying FGB. I see Tim in there saying Iowa in the house. Usually I shout out your city first, but we're starting with the FGBs today. Chaz. Ooh, F49. Yes, F49. That works too. Ben says FGB. We got Scott, Kit, John, Charles, Alan Mack, Bear Down Forever. F the 49ers from Chaz. John Cisneros, FGB for life from Marcel. That's the thing. It's a motto. It's a movement. FGB is every week. This week it is F49, but it's still FGB. So get it spammed in the comments. Adam says FGB. Carlos says FGB. Michael says FGB. You guys know what to do. Get it spammed down below. All right, shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are watching from. We'll be sure to get some shout outs going for you guys here on the show. So shout out your city and let us know where you guys are representing from. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Get the FGBs going. Get the cities going. All right, here we go. I see Bears Nation in Sycamore. We got KP Ballin for life saying Tampa. Jamal in Minnesota. Marky Mark, Bears fan in Denver. That's what's up. Scott is in Anderson, Indiana. Jacob is in New Mexico. We got an El Paso, Texas in the chat from John. Graham says he's in Wisconsin. Sad face. Hey, it's all good. Bringing more Bears fans up there. That's what's up. Daryl says Santa Barbara. Nick says KC. Alan in Quincy. We got Lilia in Bolingbrook. Shihong says FGB. I am from Marengo, Illinois. Jonesboro, Arkansas is where Chaz is. Palm Beach, Florida from Jesse. Let's see. Brownsburg, Indiana from Adam. We got Government Cheese in San Francisco. You a Niners or a Bears fan, Government Cheese? I want to know. Granger, Illinois, Indiana, excuse me. Jason saying FGB. We got Michael in Colorado. That is what's up. All right, who you got? Week 1 is here. Better see a lot of CHIs in the chat. Also go vote on the live poll. CHI for the Bears. SF for the 49ers. Who you rocking with? Who you rolling with? Who you got this weekend? Kit says Chicago. So does Bears Nation. Scott, Ethan, Hamdog. We got Chaz saying Bear Down. Bears Nation. Wolf Ram in there. We got Devontae saying Chicago. Let's see. Todd is in there with the Chicago. Excuse me. F the 49ers from Nick. Let's see. John Williams saying Chicago. Go Packers from BTH. Spam FGB to drown them out. Get the FGBs going. Drown them out. Drown him out in the chat. Liz says Chicago. We got Lucas saying FGB. Frank in there as well. Travis going with the Bears. Oh, here come the FGBs. They're coming loud. Josh, Nick, Scott, the Lego brothers. We got Bears Nation, Daryl, Ming the Tao. We got Chaz Mitchell, Frank. Oh, my goodness. Rick, Nick, Dougie, Baz, Gian. We got so many FGBs going in the chat. Keep it going. Let us know who you got as well, CHI or SF. All right, who's going to be the Bears MVP this year? Like, when the season's over, who's going to be the MVP of this team? That's what I'm asking you now here on the show. Who will be the MVP of the Bears this season? I mean, obviously, we would all love for it to be Justin Fields. If that is the case, this team's going to be in good shape. But, you know, guys who are established, Roquan, Robert Quinn, maybe Darnell Mooney is this team's MVP this year. Brisker could be a surprise team MVP candidate. What do you guys think? Corey says Fields, of course. Eddie says Justin Fields. Cole Kmet from Jesse. If he's the MVP, that means he's established himself as an elite tight end. David Montgomery from BTH. Todd Gannon says Fields. Scott says Fields. So does Dougie, John, Lucas. Xiong says Darnell Mooney. Daryl says Fields. Roquan from Easy. F. Karen Rogers. Hey, FAR. Jaquan Brisker from Cisneros. MVP has to be Fields. We hope it is. If it is, that's a good thing. That means we found our guy here in Chicago. Patrick says Fields. Quinn from Anthony. Kmet I like too. Maybe Cole Kmet. Jalen Johnson from Eric. Montgomery MVP in the chat. Busy says Monty. Richard says Jalen Johnson. Braxton Jones. If he's the MVP, that means he's a Pro Bowl left tackle, which would be awesome, to say the least. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning with us today. We're about to get into the bulk of our show. If you love the Bears, like the video. Let's cross 100 likes on today's show. We got 55 so far, almost 400 people watching. So smash that thumbs up icon if you love the Chicago Bears. And we'll shortly get started with today's show. Someone says Trenton Gill. I mean, we don't want that to be the case. We hope he never punts. 16 more likes and we'll get started. Patrick Scales, no. He's a good long snapper, but we don't need him to be the MVP. All right, we've crossed 100 likes. Like the video if you haven't already. Here's what's coming up on Chicago Bears Now, the latest Bears news and rumors, plus an update on Arlington Heights. Stay tuned for that coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll take your questions, hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Just got a Super Chat. And that's a good question for our mailbag, Lucas. So we'll answer that after this news and rumors segment. You'll be first up. Any other Super Chats will be right after Lucas. They will jump the line. You can also use hashtag Bears to get in. Bears schedule prediction. I'm going to go through every game on the schedule, come up with a final record. We'll see if the Bears are in the mix to make the playoffs or not. And then, yes, we're going to go live on Call-In as soon as today's YouTube and Rumble stream comes to an end. So subscribe over there. Download the Call-In app on iOS and Android as well. All right, guys, busy show. Producer Jack riding with us. Here we go on Bears Now. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. And football is back. We're 5 days away from the opener, baby. Let's beat the Niners this week. All right, latest news and rumors coming at you here on today's show. Are the Bears getting healthy? It appears to look that way. Everyone except Dominic Robinson was able to practice on Monday. Full practice back tomorrow on Wednesday, so we'll see what it looks like then. But the following players returned to practice, which was a good sign because a lot of these guys have been banged up. Velus Jones Jr. was back out there. Byron Pringle, Lucas Patrick, they were more in the limited category. More on them in a second. Jalen Johnson was back after dealing with an undisclosed injury. And I believe Treston Ebner was too. I couldn't find if Eberflus mentioned him, but all the reporters with boots on the ground, they said Dominic Robinson was the only one who did not practice. So if someone sees something different, let me know. But that is the latest there. Now, I do want to talk about Pringle and Patrick a little bit because they were more limited. Here's what Byron Pringle had to say on his Week 1 status. He says, "They've got me limited right now. I'm just trying to feel everything out, trying to get my feet back up under myself." He also talked about how when he pulled his quad, he tried to fight through the injury, practiced a couple more times, and then they got the MRI and it showed the injury, which cost him to miss the past month or so. Pringle playing this week would be big. To have another weapon at your disposal, a guy who has experience in this league and with his speed can change a game on, a deep crosser or something like that, and it would just give you a player who is comfortable in a Week 1 atmosphere. This is a young football team, so to have a guy like Byron Pringle at your disposal against a good defense like San Francisco would be big. I don't know how big his role would be, but just his presence, I think, would be calming for a guy like Justin Fields, because after Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet, you don't have a ton of experienced weapons outside of, David Montgomery in the backfield, so I think having Pringle would be huge. Now, who you got in the season opener? Type CHI for the Bears, type SF for the San Francisco 49ers. Get those votes in down in the comments section. Come on, baby, bear down. Let's go. Get the CHIs going down in the comments. All right, on Lucas Patrick, here's what Matt Eberflus had to say. He said just how he's moving around his conditioning level, where he's at. He can certainly function at a bunch of different spots for us. We're looking at all those. So what he's referring to is we're looking at him at center and guard because he potentially could still have to wear a cast, and if that's the case, he may not be able to snap the football. So they're saying, he could play guard in that case. Here's my take on it. If Patrick isn't ready to play center, because, that's what you signed him up to do, I don't think he should start in this game. Doesn't mean he can't be active. He could be the emergency backup center, if all hell breaks loose. He can, with Sam Musgrave, he could, hopefully at least do some shotgun snaps. But I don't think he should start at guard if he's not ready to play center. You brought him in here to be a center. His versatility is valuable, but I'm not benching Tevin Jenkins, and I'm certainly not benching Cody Whitehair to put Lucas Patrick at guard for 1, 2 games tops? No. If he can't play center, I would not have him start in this football game because Tevin Jenkins has proven that he deserves that starting right guard spot. He's been through enough emotional back and forth over the last month already. Like, hey, Tevin, we know you're the guy, but Lucas Patrick, he's kind of healthy. He can't snap, though. We're going to put you on the bench. Patrick's going to start at right guard. I don't think that's a good idea. So I think Lucas Patrick either starts at center or he doesn't start at all. I would not bench Tevin Jenkins for Lucas Patrick. Period. End of story. If you miss Pat, you're starting center for one game, two tops. But if he's already back at practice in some capacity, I got to think at worst he's going to be ready in week 2. That is what I would do. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments, but that is my 2 cents. Now, if you want to go bet on this matchup, you can do it with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. All you got to do is create an account today at chatsports.com/Bears. Promo code is BEARDOWN, all one word, bear down, to get a 125% deposit bonus. So you put down $100, you get the 125 in free play. Some extra money to gamble on as the football season gets underway. Betting odds for this one, 49ers still sitting there, 7.5-point favorites, over under at 48.5. So we'll see how this one shakes out. I think that's too high of a spread, in my opinion, for San Francisco. So I continue to bet on the Bears. I might even go Bears money line to juice my odds. Chatsports.com/Bears. Promo code is BEARDOWN. Also, after this game, we're going to be live on the Call-In app for a Bears post-game show. We're going to try and do one after every single game on Call-In, at least most games, for sure the opener here. A live call-in post-game show, similar to Twitter Spaces. You guys call me, and I take your calls, 30, 45 minutes. We break down this one, win, lose, or draw against the 49ers. We'll be live. I want to hear your hot takes, your opinions. So subscribe to Call-In, download the app on iOS and Android, and then just find us. Bears Now, we're right there. You'll be able to tune into the show. All right, next rumor here on YouTube and Rumble. Sign Kevin King. Could that be in the works? A couple of Bleacher Report rumors coming up. Here's the first one. Bears should sign King to bolster the cornerback room, according to Bleacher Report. Now, Kevin King is a player that's had success in this league, but he was hurt last year, missed a lot of time, played in 11 games in 2020, so he missed 5 games that year too. 2019, he was great. 5 of his 7 career interceptions for that season, had 15 pass breakups, easily the best season of his career in 2019. Did some good things in 2018 as well. But that 2019 year, if you told me you're getting closer to that player than, last year, for example, a guy who missed a lot of time, I'd be like, yeah, sign me up. I mean, he can compete for a starting spot, especially with, Kendall Vilder, right? You look at this cornerback room right now, which we actually got to update. Duke Shelley has been cut, and they brought in the other guy after cutdowns. But the point being, after Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and Kendall Vilder, you don't really have a lot of proven commodity there. A guy like Kevin King is more proven than Lamar Jackson, than Jalen Jones. Could certainly add some cornerback depth to the position. So keep an eye on this. I don't know if Kevin King is the top guy I'd look at, but there are some other names out there too. Xavier Rhodes, who's played in this system under Matt Eberflus in Indianapolis. I'm interested in him. Joe Hayden, who's been a vet in this league, played at a high level for a very, very long time. Chris Harris can play nickel, can play outside. Janoris Jenkins, getting a little bit older, but still a decent outside corner at this point. And then, of course, Kevin King, who we've been talking about. I think any of these guys would help give you some depth at the very least and potentially be like your number 3 corner if Kendall Vilder doesn't end up working out. Now, Bears fans, subscribe and join us this Sunday because we're going to be live at 12:45 Eastern, 9:45 if you're out on the West Coast. Maybe we got some Bears fans in enemy territory in San Francisco. Niners coming to town, watch party, got to be fun. So subscribe and join us. We'll also have some news and rumors videos leading you guys up to the game. And if you want my full preview, I put one out yesterday on the channel. So check that out after you subscribe. It's free. And remember, we got to beat the 49ers report and new subscribers this week. We're a little bit down since we started last week. Got to catch up. Hit that sub button so we can do so. All right, sign T.Y. Hilton, another Bleacher Report rumor here. They actually named Hilton as the top target for the Bears of remaining free agents. And we've certainly talked about Hilton before. He's not what he used to be. He's had some injuries. But if you told me he could be in between 2019 and 2021, if that's all you're getting, I don't think it's worth it. But let's say he could come in and give you 45 to 50 catches, 600 yards, and 5 touchdowns. You're telling me you wouldn't take that on this receiving core? I absolutely would. I'm still open to adding a wide receiver to this group. I absolutely am. I think you could certainly benefit from doing just that. Now it's just a matter of if the Bears agree. I don't think anything's going to happen before week 1 at this point. You added Amir Smith-Marset, but I do think that is a position, as is corner, one that could still be in flux as we get into the first couple of weeks of the season here. Now, what do you think is the bigger need on this roster right now? Do you think it's corner or wide receiver? Type CB, type WR. Let me know what do you think is the bigger positional need right now. I'd probably – this is hard to say. The receiver depth is probably better, but the starters are probably better at corner, so it kind of just depends on what you're looking for. Here's to see what you guys think, CB or WR. Now, we do have a bit of an Arlington Heights, Arlington Park update. The Bears tweeted this out, kind of a couple of photos of, construction site, et cetera, what it's all going to look like. And they had a bunch of quotes. I do want to read a couple of them for you guys, kind of where they sit right now. There's some interesting stuff in here. Statement from the Bears here. We'll go ahead and get to it here. In September of last year, the Bears signed an agreement for the purchase of acquiring 326 acres of property in Arlington Heights to secure the potential of beginning a new and exciting chapter there. We remain under contract to purchase the property, but there are conditions that must be met in order to be in a position to close. If we do close on the property, it does not guarantee we will develop it. While under contract with the seller of Arlington Park, we will not be discussing or exploring any other alternative stadium sites or opportunities, including renovations at Soldier Field. I think that's significant. More on that in a second. Here's more. We envision a multi-purpose entertainment district anchored by a new, best-in-class enclosed stadium, that means a dome, providing Chicagoland with a new home worthy of hosting global events such as the Super Bowl, college football playoffs, and the Final Four. So let's talk about this all for a little bit. Couple of things that come to mind. Number one, the fact that they're not negotiating with Soldier Field or any other stadium options confirms what we know. They're taking this very seriously, and unless something comes up that really is going to draw things back, they are going to move forward. They're going to go to Arlington Heights. That's going to happen. I've been telling you guys that for months now. Number two, though, dome facility. I think we knew that. They want to attract Super Bowls, Final Fours, concerts 12 months out of the year instead of 6 months out of the year, because at Soldier Field it's cold as hell in the winter. Those type of things. Entertainment district, obviously construction that goes with it. There's more info. Check out the Bears press release from their website, but that's kind of the high points that I wanted to mention here on the show. Basically, what does it mean? If I could buckle it down into one or two sentences, they're moving to Arlington Heights. I mean, they're going, so unless something comes up last minute, prepare yourselves. This is going to happen. All right, appreciate everybody who made it to the end of this segment. Get the FGBs going in the chat because you are a real one. Also, subscribe on Call-In, post-game show after the Niners game on Sunday, and we do other episodes, live shows as well. So check us out over there. Download the app on iOS and Android. Sealand, $100 super chat. Woo! We got to add him to the list, Jack. Bookmark that. Stadium would be blocks away from my house. Will that boost my value or tank it? I absolutely boost it. I mean, your property is going to go up. Now, your taxes will go up. But if you ever want to sell, you're going to be able to sell for probably maybe double. Who knows? I'm not going to pretend to be a big expert, but I'm smart enough to know that you put an NFL stadium down the street from your crib, it's going to go up in value. You better believe that. Sealand, we don't have a super chat menu today, but since you sent in a $100 super chat, I'll take a shot. We're not doing beer bongs today, but we will be doing those during the game on Sunday. Plus, we will add another tally to your name on the $100 Super Chat Club. And I DM'd you last night because you hit me up about that thing we were talking about. Stay tuned. We'll make it happen. One of my bosses had a family situation come up, so things are a little delayed right now. But I did read it. I did message you back. We'll be in touch. So appreciate you for hitting me up and appreciate the $100. We'll get a shot. We'll take a shot here in a minute. How about this, guys? Every $100 in super chats, I'll take 2 shots. So I'll take 2 for Sealand because we've crossed over 100. We're not doing crazy shot clock or anything today. Studio space limited this week in the office. We're adding a few more studios. But if you send a $100 super chat, we got to do something. So appreciate you, Sealand. We'll tally you up. You are in second place on the $100 super chat club. All right, subscribe and join us on Call-In because we're going to go live after our YouTube and Rumble show. Jeremy Chugg's coming back, baby. Let's go. No, Sealand, though. Remember Sealand? Hey. Sealand's back, baby. You taking one with me? All right.
Bring 2 shot glasses.
They call them Chugs for a reason. Here you go, my friend. Here we go. We'll take these shots, and I'll tell you a little more about Call-In. Unbelievable. Woo. To the brim. Cheers.
We're going to down these just like the
Let's go, baby. That's good stuff. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Sealand. You're a legend. Download the Call-In app on iOS, Android. If you search that link below, chatsports.com/BearsCallin, you can subscribe. But if you're on your phone and download the app, just search Bears Now. It'll be up there. We're going to be live today as well after our YouTube and Rumble show comes to an end. So stay tuned. We'll take your questions for about 30 minutes. So should be a lot of fun. All right. Super chats are flying in, so it is mailbag time. Use hashtag Bears or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. If you Super Chat like Sealand, we will jump the line here for you guys, and then we will go from there. So hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Appreciate all the questions. Appreciate the love. Sealand setting the tone today. Sealand, I hope to see you Sunday, my friend, because we'll be doing beer bongs. We'll be doing all kinds of fun. I gotta build the stamina up for game day, baby. So taking shots. No chugs right now today, but no beer chugs, I should say. You just saw Jeremy chugs. You guys get my drift. Hashtag Bears Super Chat. Let's hop into this mailbag. Today's Chicago Bears mailbag is presented by ButcherBox. If you want high-quality meat and seafood, none of that processed garbage, ButcherBox is the company for you, and they will ship it right to your doorstep, free of shipping if you're in the continental U.S. ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily is the place to go. We'll tell you a little bit more about them later on in the show. All right, let's get this mailbag going. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Lucas praying, if the offense takes a big step forward, can you see the Bears making a 49ers-type playoff run from last year? Was this the first one we got? And I said, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if NFC Championship game is something I would predict. The one I keep analogizing to, Lucas, is the Eagles from last year. So the Eagles were coming off a 4-win season the year before. They started 2-5, but they started to figure things out. Jalen Hurts was playing better. The defense started to play better. They had some guys step up. They rallied to 9-8 and made the playoffs. I could see the Bears being like that type of team where they're scrappy every week. They're competitive. The defense is pretty solid. Fields improves throughout the year. You know, you get into December, you're like 6-6, 7-5 with the chance to make the playoffs. I could see that very much being the case. I wouldn't predict a NFC Championship run, but here's the thing about the playoffs. You get in, you got a chance. We saw the Giants sneak into the playoffs and win the whole thing a couple of times. So it can happen. Crazier things have been done, but I would pump the brakes on that at least for now. Robert with a $10 super chat. Appreciate that, my friend. Ask a question next time, Robert, but all donations are appreciated. Kyle Smith, nice shirt, Harrison, FGB F49. I don't have the link, but you should check out ButcherBox. But if you want the FGB shirt, chatsports.com/FGB. You can also slide in my DMs. We'll tell you where you can find it. If you guys want to rep the squad, Week 2 is going to be here soon. So if you want to rep this in Week 2 against the Packers, better order it soon. Brandon Burrows, love the show, watch daily. What's your hot take? Hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take. I think the Bears win Week 1, though. I think they beat the Niners. I like catching them early. Trey Lance looked a little shaky. I know it's preseason, but the fact that they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo tells me that there's at least a little bit of doubt in that organization and where Trey Lance's development is right now. Maybe it's a hot take, maybe it's not. But when you're a touchdown and 7.5 point underdog at home, I think it's somewhat of a hot take that you think the Bears are going to win, and I do. I think the Bears win this game on Sunday and they start 1-0. Biddy the Bulls, who are some players to watch against the 49ers on Sunday? Perfect segue from the last question to this one. So these are 5 players I would keep in mind here. Build that graphic really fast, Producer Jack. Justin Fields, quarterback. That's going to be true every week. We want to see how he's improving throughout the season. Braxton Jones at left tackle. How does he hold up, especially if they line up Nick Bosa opposite of him some? I'm sure they will. How does he do? Jaquan Brisker, rookie safety. I have high expectations. Missed the final 2 preseason games, but appears to be good to go. I want to watch him play. Roquan Smith didn't play in the preseason. Neither did Robert Quinn. I have high expectations for both. They need to be anchors on this defense. Can they have an impact in Week 1 after sitting out the preseason? I think they can. I expect that to be the case. Now, who you got in this opener for the Bears? Type CHI for Chicago, type SF for the San Francisco 49ers. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. Let us know who you got in Week 1. Cornelius Pryor, is Dominic Robinson okay? So I'm filming this mailbag on our Tuesday live show, so if you're watching this, Friday, Saturday, whenever we push it out, This information could change, but he did not practice on Monday. We'll see if he practices Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. If you watch this and you're like, oh, he practiced, then he's probably fine. So hopefully we'll find out soon. The first official injury report comes out on Wednesday. We'll see what it says. Sang-Rae Kim. I'll have to see more, but Buston's looking better. Is the B going to come off, Sang-Rae? Is the B going to come off, Sang-Rae? All right. You're see, this is an honest fan here, because if you're a true Bears fan, A, you want Fields to succeed, and B, if he does, you'll acknowledge it. So let's check in after week 1. Let's see how it looks. Appreciate the super chat. Santos Marino, hits requires depth. More corners will help. Yeah, talking about the hits principle. I think more corners in general is also just good, hits principle or not. You need guys who can cover, man. In this league, it's a passing league now. You need guys who are able to do that. So, I completely agree. I would feel comfortable with a proven corner as your CB4 right now behind Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and Vilder. I don't think that'll happen before week 1. You'll roll with what you got. But if the depth doesn't look good early, then I could see them making a move here. Now, today's show is presented by Butcher Box, and you can get started with Butcher Box by going to butcherbox.com/NFL Daily and use promo code NFL Daily. I want to tell you guys about some of the benefits of getting going with Butcher Box, because they really are fantastic. Here's the deal. It's high-quality meat and seafood, none of that processed garbage. They don't put any antibiotics or added hormones into their meat. Their beef is 100% grass-fed. Their chicken is free-range and organic. Their pork is raised crate-free. Wild-caught seafood. Again, this is not any of that processed garbage. Convenience is great, too. I told you guys earlier. They're going to deliver it right to your doorstep. The shipping is free if you're in the continental U.S., and no surprise fees. None of those, when you buy tickets online for a Bears game and they sneak in like a $20 charge. None of that stuff. Free shipping if you're in the continental U.S. Choose from a variety of box plan options, from curated to customized. Change your plan whenever you want. Here is an awesome deal as well. Every time you order, once you create an account at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily, for the first year, you get 2 pounds of free-range organic chicken breast for free in every order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. That is code NFL Daily as well. Claim this today at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily, promo code NFL Daily. You don't have to buy chicken breasts anymore when you go to the grocery store. Butcher Box is going to have you guys covered. You can get your other meats, get your beef, get your seafood. You get the 2 pounds of free chicken. Boom, you're ready to go. ButcherBox.com/NFL Daily. Grilled some chicken over the weekend from there. It was fantastic. They delivered it right to my doorstep. Good to go. High quality meat. Go check them out. Link and promo code in the description. Promo code NFL Daily. All right, more super chats. Sang-Rae Kim back at it. Who's the odd man out if Leatherwood is good? Define good. Like starting good? Maybe it's Tevin Jenkins, or maybe it's Larry Borum. Now, I think Jenkins is further along than Leatherwood. So I would guess, like, say Borum really struggles at right tackle and Leatherwood impresses in practice, I would guess that would be the first spot they would plug him in. But I continue to wonder, is Leatherwood more of a guard? I kind of think he might be. They're not going to rush Leatherwood. I'll say that. I think they're comfortable with the 5 they have right now. Remember, Riley Reif is in the mix too. He's ready to plug in if needed at right or left tackle. So let's wait and see how this plays out, Sang-Rae Kim. I think this is more of a long-term play with Alex Leatherwood. Charles Escher here. Trash can Lance will get sacked 6 times. Let's go, baby. Type F Lance in the chat. F Lance. They drafted the wrong quarterback. They should have drafted Justin Fields, but he fell into our laps at 11. Type F Lance in the chat because he's going to be uncomfortable. The Bears are going to make him uncomfortable. All right, who wins MVP for the Bears this season? I don't think any Bears going to win NFL MVP unless Justin Fields goes crazy this year. But who's going to be the Bears MVP? That's what I want to know down in the comments below. All right, next up here is, we'll get to that question in a second. Aaron, could you swap Whitehair and Patrick since Whitehair has played center? You could, but he's taken 0 snaps at center in the preseason. I think that would be a bad idea. If it's not Patrick, it'll be Mustipher. If it's a game or 2, it's fine. Mustipher, I think, deserves credit. He's been solid in the preseason. He's not perfect. He never will be. But I told you guys after last year when he was struggling, I was like, this guy will have value as a backup center. And I think he proved that in the preseason. He's ready to plug in and play. He's got playing experience. I think they're done moving Whitehair around. He's your left guard. That's it. Scott Osborne, Bengals just cut Thaddeus Moss. I believe he is an upgrade at wide receiver. Well, he's a tight end for one, Scott. So if you want to sign him at tight end, sure. But Thaddeus Moss just isn't that good. I mean, there's a reason he's been bouncing around practice squads. So I'm not that interested in Thaddeus Moss. Nick Sartini, chances of a wild card berth. I think a decent chance. If you're watching live on Tuesday, we're going to do my record prediction video. I'll go through every game. If you're watching this later in the week, that video is going to go out or on the channel on Saturday, the day before week 1, my record prediction video. So check that out. But I do think that there is a chance, Nick. There's absolutely a chance. Jesse James, who is your biggest X factor? If you're talking about week 1, Cole Kmet. I mentioned him in our preview video. Someone's got to take pressure off Mooney, draw some attention. Cole Kmet can be that guy. I expect 5 or more catches from Kmet in week 1. That's what I'm looking for. I want 5 catches out of Kmet. Say 5 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown. That'd be a great week 1. Let's do it. Cole Kmet's the X factor. Subscribe to Bears Now because it's the only time you can be on these mailbags. Our live shows every Tuesday. So subscribe, turn on notifications. More Bears moves are probably going to come, and we'll have you covered. So hit that big red button. The latest news and rumors around this football team can be found here. And remember, we're trying to beat the 49ers report and more subscribers this week. Let's make it happen. Subscribe right now. Adam White, how many turnovers do you think the Bears get this weekend? Have to imagine at least 1. Yeah, I would set the over-under at 1.5, and I'll take the over. I'll take 2. 2 turnovers, maybe 3, but if you get at least 2, you're in a good position, especially at home because you already got the little home, benefit to you. If you have 2 and you only give it away once or less, I think you'll win this game. I really do. And Lance will give you some chances, I think. Trey Lance is going to put the ball in harm's way at least once or twice. Got to capitalize. This team preaches takeaways, peanut punch, hands on the football. Let's go. Let's get those takeaways. Nicholas Ritchie, anything on Osimile as he's signing? Nothing yet. He worked out over the weekend, I believe on Saturday. We'll see. Hasn't played since 2020. Ryan Poles is familiar with him as he played 5 or 6 games with the Chiefs that season. Was playing well before he got hurt. He's got an all-pro under his belt at guard. I think that was kind of like one of those check-in workouts. Like, hey, if we need a guard, what's Kelechi Osimile up to? He looks to be in shape. Beyond that, I don't know. Jimothy Jim Jam, how well do you see this team making in-game adjustments? Better than the last regime. You just watch this team and you hear the practice reports and you see what's going on. You're like, at minimum, this team is well coached. Now, doesn't mean it's going to translate to 12 wins in year 1 or anything like that. You still have to have talent. You got to make the right calls. You got to make the right calls at the right times, hence the in-game adjustments, and we got to see how that goes. But outside of Matt Eberflus not challenging a play he should have, and I think the second preseason game, the Coulter catch, that was clearly a catch. Nothing was glaring to me where I was like, I didn't like that, or they should have made this adjustment or that. Now, preseason, totally different deal. It's more vanilla schemes for every team involved, but that includes the Bears. They didn't show that much either. So I feel good about this staff making adjustments. Trey Talk Sports, would you sign Cam Newton to back up Justin Fields if we didn't have Trevor Siemian? I mean, sure, if you didn't have Siemian, I'd be open to Cam. I like Cam. He's not a starter, but I think as a backup, sure. Is he willing to be a backup? That's what I would ask. He's on record a few weeks ago saying there's no way 32 quarterbacks are better than me. So he's basically saying I'm a starting caliber quarterback. I disagree. Is he a top 64? Should he be a backup in this league? Absolutely. There are garbage backups in this league. But if he thinks he should start somewhere, he's sadly mistaken in my opinion. As a backup, say Trevor Siemian got hurt, had a big injury, I'd sign Cam to be the backup. Absolutely. All right, guys, we have one more segment to go. My record prediction, my final one before the season starts, so gear up for that here. But we're going to go live on Call-In after this segment as well. Chatsports.com/BearsCallin. We'll take your calls. We'll chop it up, have some fun. So stick with us here. It should be a lot of fun. If you got any questions about the Niners, about Week 1, free agents, trades, Arlington Park, we'll do what we can. So stick with us here and appreciate you guys for subscribing on Call-In. All right, we did get a super chat from Nick as well. Cheers. Who you taking Thursday night? Ooh, Buffalo and the Rams. I think I like the Bills. Say what? Producer Jack says Bills in a landslide. I don't know about that. Rams deserve respect. They're the defending champs, but I like Buffalo, man. I think the Bills win that one. So let me know what you guys think. Bills or Rams? Curious to see where you guys weigh in. All right, coming up, record prediction video before week 1. Let's get it. Let's go through the entire schedule here on Bears Now. Coming up on today's show, we're going to go through the entire schedule and predict what the Bears' final record will be, so stick with us for that. But first, we're close, guys. We've gone back and forth with the 49ers report and new subscribers starting last week. They've got a slight lead on us. This is it. This is our chance to pass the Niners and new subscribers. If you are a diehard Bears fan, I promise this is the channel for you. Subscribe. It's free. We bring you daily videos, news, rumors, trade buzz, free agency, game previews, mailbags, whatever. I mean, two videos a day, sometimes 3. Hit that sub button. We'll have a live watch party as well. We want to beat Chase Sr. and the 49ers report off the field and subscribers. That way we can beat them on the field this Sunday. Subscribe. Join us. We'll be live 15 minutes before kickoff for a watch party. You're watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and today's show is presented by Butcher Box, and you can get the highest quality meats out there and seafood as well at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Great high-quality beef, pork, chicken, seafood. It's awesome. Butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. We'll tell you more about them in a little bit. All right, let's go through it. The entire schedule. Record prediction time. We did this a while back. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even look back to see what I did. I did it fresh with mini camp, training camp, all this stuff in mind, how things have changed over the last few months. Here we go. Let's dive into it. This is quick, just the schedule. 49ers this weekend at home, at the Packers in week 2 for Sunday Night Football. FGB, get your shirt, chatsports.com/FGB. Week 3 against the Texans and Lovie Smith at home, and then week 4 at the Giants. Weeks 5 through 8 at Minnesota, Commanders at home for Thursday Night Football, at the Patriots for Monday Night Football, and then out at the Cowboys in week 8. Weeks 9 through 12, Dolphins at home, Lions at home, at the Falcons, at the Jets. So a couple of roadies, couple of homies there. Weeks 13 through 15, Packers at home, bye week, Eagles at home. So 2 tough home games with a bye week sandwich in between. And then 16 through 18, Bills at home, Christmas Eve, at the Lions, and then Minnesota at home to wrap things up. That is the schedule, 18 weeks, 17 games. Let's get into it, my full record prediction. Week 1 against the Niners, hot take time. Bears win in week 1. I think I said this last time, but I'm saying it again this time. When it comes to week 1, the Chicago Bears take down the San Francisco 49ers to improve to 1-0. I'm not confident in where Trey Lance is at this point in his development. I think the fact that they kept Jimmy Garoppolo in the fold is telling. I think the Bears set the tone of the season, win at home. And I want to know, who do you guys think is going to win in week 1? Who's going to win this week 1 matchup between the Bears and 49ers? Justin Fields, Trey Lance, a lot of storylines here. Who you got in this matchup? Type CHI for the Bears, type SF for the 49ers. I want to know who wins in week 1 coming up on Sunday afternoon. All right, week 2. I think they lose at Green Bay. Now, I hold the right to change my mind after week 1. I want to see how it goes, but at the same time, if you split the Niners and Packers your first 2 weeks, you should be feeling really, really good. So they lose in week 2, but they win week 1, 1-1 start. You get the Texans at home. Lovie Smith coming to town. Must win. Cannot lose this game. There's a few on the schedule where you're like, you got to win that game. This is one of those. So you improve to 2-1. And I would say similar to the Giants. Sure, it's on the road. That makes it more 50-50, but you got to find a way to win some road games. And I think a game against the Giants early in the year is an opportunity to do just that. So I got the Bears starting 3-1. Got to at least go 2-2 in the first 4, regardless of who the 2 are. With those first 4, Texans and Giants in there, got to win at least 2. If you start 2-2 or better, I'm feeling good. 1 win or less, trouble, because things are going to get a little bit tougher later on, but got to get 2 or more to start the season. All right, fill in the blank. The Bears will win blank games this year. That's supposed to be games plural, but 17-game schedule. The Bears will win blank games this year. Let me know. Do you think it's going to be 10, 5, 0, 17? How many wins for the Bears? Get your votes in the comments. All right, week 5 at Minnesota. Take the L here. Vikings are going to be good this year. That's a tough road matchup. Bears had trouble with them last year, so I'll take Minnesota in week 5. Week 6 versus the Commanders at home. Got to beat Carson Wentz at home. Force him into some mistakes. With this hits principle, Matt Eberflus knows Carson Wentz well. He was the Colts quarterback last year. I think you take care of business here to improve to 4-2. Week 7 at the Patriots. I think this is one of those games where you look at the schedule, you're like, where can you find a realistic signature win at New England. I'm not confident in where the Patriots are right now. Who the hell's calling plays? Nobody knows. Is it Belichick? I mean, seriously, is he going to call the freaking plays? Matt Patricia, Joe Judge. You go to New England and you win. You improve to 5-2. Week 8 loss at Dallas to drop to 5-3. The Cowboys haven't had the smoothest offseason, but they're still a team that's probably going to win 10-plus games. So on the road, that's a tough one. I think you take the L in Dallas. But through 8 weeks, 5-3, sign me the heck up if you are the Chicago Bears. Today's show is presented by Butcher Box, high-quality meats and seafood that'll be delivered to your doorstep for free if you're in the continental U.S. at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. We've told you guys about them a couple of times now, but a couple of different notes that I do want to mention to you guys. The value is incredible. You can enjoy a range of high-quality cuts that are hard to come by at the grocery store at an amazing value. Exclusive membership deals as well, so you can save big on your favorite cuts. You can get recipe inspiration, guides, tips, some hacks that are even personalized. You can cook up the best quality meat with Butcher Box today. And like I said, free shipping if you're in the continental U.S. straight to your doorstep. Best thing about Butcher Box, in my opinion, is you're getting a little extra meat every time you make an order. So tip from me, don't order chicken up front because you'll get 2 free pounds of free-range organic chicken breasts in every order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Got to use that code NFL Daily as well. That is butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Use code NFL Daily. 2 free pounds of chicken every time you order. And you're probably thinking, well, if they're throwing in the chicken, it's probably not that good. I disagree. It's fantastic. I grilled some just this past weekend and got a little bit left over because they sent me 2 pounds. I got more to go. Butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Code is NFL Daily. Their meats are fantastic. Seafood, pork, chicken, beef. Go check it out. High quality. None of that hormonal crap. High quality meat that is going straight to your doorstep. All right, let's keep going with our Bears record prediction. Week 9, you're not going to win them all at home. Dolphins are going to be a good team. I think you lose this one to drop to 5-4, but you bounce back. You get Detroit at home. You win that game to improve to 6-4. Detroit's not going to be that same pushover, though, that they were in the past. We're used to sweeping the Lions here. Don't tell Don Burr. I think they're at least going to compete, but I do think the Bears are the better team. You win this one at home. Week 11 at the Falcons. Again, another one of those road games where you're like, you probably need to win this one to improve to 7-4. I think the Falcons might be the worst team in the NFL. Them and Seattle are probably the 2 bottom teams in my opinion. Got to beat Atlanta. It's just that simple. Now, the Jets, kind of in that category with the Giants, Falcons. You're like, you'd like to win that one, but they're going to compete, man. You can't win them all on the road. I think splitting Falcons and Jets there could make sense for this team. So I say they take the L here. Don't yell at me. Oh, my God. No way they lose the Jets. They're going to lose a game they're not supposed to. They're going to win games they're not supposed to. That's the NFL. That's how it goes. Road games aren't easy to win. I got them losing. They dropped to 7-5. Now, pick a Bears game you'd love to go to this year. Maybe you are going to a game, and if you are, let me know in the comments which one you're going to. But we've shown you the whole schedule. We got a few more games to predict. If you could go to one game this year, which one would you like to go to? Let me know. Curious what you guys think down in the comment section below. Pick a Bears game that you would love to go to this season because you know what? This is going to be a fun year, and there's a lot of games. I'll just mention a couple of mine off the top of the bat. Even though it's not at Soldier Field, would love to go to Lambeau for Week 2, Sunday Night Football. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Opener, obviously, against San Francisco as well. Foxborough for a little primetime Monday Night Football. That would be fun. Even though the Bears will probably lose. Teaser, we'll get to this game in a second. Buffalo on Christmas Eve would be fun, although it would be absolutely freezing. So let me know. Favorite game you would like to go to on the schedule this year. All right, let's keep it going here. Jack had to fix a graphic, so shout out to him. It's happening. The Bears are beating the damn Packers this year, all right? They're going to beat the Packers at least once. Shout out Adam Hogue for this one. He ran into this stat recently. Every first-year Bears coach out of the last 9 head coaches they've had have at least beat the Packers once in their first year. Keep that trend going, and it's going to happen. The Bears will beat the Packers at least once. I'd love for it to be in Lambeau in Week 2, but I think they beat the Packers. It's just a prediction. It's just a gut feeling type of thing. I think this is a year they get one from Green Bay. That tide's got to start turning a little bit. They improved to 8-5 with the win over Green Bay. You guys know what time it is. FGB. Get it going in the chat. Get your shirt as well. DM me for more info, chatsports.com/FGB. But spam FGB in the chat. Get your shirts because it's got to happen. Got to beat the damn Packers. Let's get it. Let's go. Get the FGBs going. All right, so bye week, week 14. 13 games without a bye, but you do get that mini bye. You go from Thursday Night Football to Monday Night Football between weeks 6 and 7, Commanders and Patriots, so that should help. Week 15, lose at home to the Eagles. This is one of those 3-week stretches. Split these two with the bye in the middle. Get healthy for the final stretch. If you beat the Packers or the Eagles, lose the other one, I think you're in pretty good shape. 8-6 with 3 games to go. Final 3 games, Buffalo. They might be the best team in the league. I'm not going to get crazy unrealistic here. They lose to the Bills, fall to 8-7 with 2 games to go. Week 17, hey, Detroit's going to win eventually. If you beat the Packers, maybe that means you lose to the Lions. That's life in the NFL. So you lose that one as well. And if this is the case, if you're 8-8 through 17 games, number one, I think we'd all take that, by the way. If the Bears are 8-8 heading into week 18, I mean, come on. With what the national media keeps saying, I think we'd all sign up for that. But it could be a win-or-go-home situation in week 18. So Minnesota at home, you split with the Vikings, you split with the Lions, you split with the Packers, 3-3 division. I think we'd all sign up for that if that were the case. And at 9-8, you might get into the playoffs. And I know, some people in the chat are going to be like, you're crazy, that's too much. Some of you are going to say it's not enough. This schedule is manageable. We just went through the whole schedule. If you can win some of those 50-50 type games, I think you're going to be in a pretty good position. This is, I think, the second or third easiest schedule. Last year you had the second or third toughest one. You don't play the quality of quarterbacks this year that you did last year. This team's going to be better coached. Justin Fields is going to play better. I don't think the defense really takes a step back. This team can compete. You won 6 last year. You should have won 8 with a garbage coaching staff led by Matthew Nagy. Come on. There's a chance you could get to 8 or 9 wins. I keep making the comparison to the Eagles last year who rallied to go 9-8. I could see the Bears being that team this year. Let's make it happen. 9-8 season for Chicago. Will the Bears make the playoffs? I think 9-8 might get you in. You're going to be right there on the bubble. It got the Eagles in. It did not get the Saints in. The Eagles had the tiebreaker, so it's going to put you right on the bubble there. But hey, if you get 9-8 and don't make the playoffs, are we really going to be sad, complain? I mean, that'd be a hell of a season. For where this team is right now. Y for yes, N for no. Will the Bears make the playoffs? And be sure to subscribe and join us for that watch party this Sunday. Bears, Niners. We'll be live every week for every Bears game. But come on, make it happen. Let's beat the Niners and new subscribers this week. It's close. We keep going back and forth, Chase and myself. Let's beat the 49ers report new subs. That way we can beat them on the field as well. All right. Why? Is that what causes it? Just sits in there a while. All right, we're about to go live on Callin, so stay tuned. Going to get that going here momentarily. Get those record or win totals in. Throw that win up real quick, Jack. Subscribe on Callin. I'll start it real quick. I want to get some shout-outs, though. The Bears will win blank games this year. Patrick says 10. Emmanuel says 10. Frank says 9-8. Hell no. What do you got, Frank? Let's hear it. Give me those win totals. Let's go. Let's go. 10-7 from Nick Sartini. 9 or 10 from Top Shotta. Daryl Upton says 10-7. 7 or 8 from Wins. 6 from Jason. I think the floor is probably 5 or 6. The ceiling's probably 11. I think 8 or 9 is kind of in the middle. I think that's, and a lot of that's the schedule. You got to take advantage of the schedule if you're the Bears. You really do. You just got to. Williams says 8 or 9. Unapologetic Truth says 10-7. Fofo says 17-0. I don't think that's going to happen. Lord says 7 wins. Charles says 10. So there we go. We just got another super chat. We'll get that on screen, and then we're going to go live on Call-In shortly. So we're going to wrap up our YouTube and Rumble show here coming up in just a second. Charles says Bears versus Falcons equals Bears versus Atlanta. But hey, that's true. Shout out Ryan Pace. He just picked up Kairos Tonga, so the guy can't help himself. It's pretty funny. The Pace Bowl is what we can call it. All right, here we go. Going to start this live show here. Give me a sec here. Going live on Callin. All right, we are live on the Callin app. as I'll get that updated link in the live chat for you guys. Chatsports.com/BearsCallin. We're going to take all of your calls as we go along here. How we sounding, Producer Jack? Test 1, 2, going through the audio check here. Good, bad, better, worse. All right, I think we're sounding good here. So here's the updated link. I'm going to pin it in the live chat on YouTube. 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Since audience is good on YouTube, we'll stay live on this for now, Jack. I'll tell you if we're signing off on YouTube, and we'll let these guys hang out. Pinning it in the live chat. If you're live on Rumble, we'll stay live here as well, but we're going to focus on call-in, take calls over there. So, sure, if you send in super chats, we'll flash those on screen, but we're going to take some calls here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live on the show as we're going to get this going here. As we are live, going to tweet this out real quick as well. Then we'll get started. All right, here we go. I already see John waiting to call. I see Jack, Kyle, John, Michael, Saint, Boss, Sang in there. Oh, is that Sangray Kim, Lucas, Symbiote, FGB, Keenan, Chat, Charles, all hanging out. So here we go. We'll talk about whatever. Week 1 against the Niners. We'll talk about latest news, rumors, injury questions, Arlington Park, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll take some calls here. And if you're still watching on YouTube and stuff, Producer Jack is going to hang out. But, we're going to prioritize calling here. If you want to rotate weigh-ins or something, cool. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right. John Mackle is where we're going to start here. We'll take a call here, then we'll get this going. What's up, John?
What's going on here, Instagram?
How we doing?
Good. So, my prediction, I think we're gonna go. I'm about you. I think we're gonna go 9-8. I have very hopes for this team. I'm predicting us to be good, not Super Bowl, but I'm predicting us to be really good this year.
9-8 would be great, man.
I know you have them losing against the Packers the second game. I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to go have us winning against the Packers the second game.
Okay. I'd love to see that. Go win in Lambeau in prime time.
I think Fields is going to have a great year. I think he might even make the Pro Bowl. For what I'm seeing, I think he might make the Pro Bowl.
That'd be sick.
I think that's about it for I have you for today. But I think, I'm very excited. Who you got, Trey Lance or Fields?
Fields, man, come on.
Yeah.
The fact they brought Jimmy G back tells me a lot.
I think that made it makes I don't know why they brought Jimmy G back, but that means that Trey Lance is not ready.
They don't fully trust Lance. They want that security blanket. No,
it proves to me. I feel like we're gonna win that game. That game should be ours.
Let's do it, man.
I think everybody is saying that we're supposed to be one of the worst teams in the NFL, and I think that's BS in my opinion.
Yeah, I disagree with that. They're going to be competitive.
Bear down. Let's do it. Week 1 against the 49ers. Let's get the dub.
Let's go, baby. I'm going to go to Eddie next here. Appreciate John for the call. Eddie, what's up? Welcome in. If you click that mic button. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, hey, what's going on, Harrison? I live in the Bay Area, so I live in San Jose, so I hear these Niner radio stations all the time, and trust me, I've been calling and talking trash to them. One of the biggest things they've been saying lately is because obviously the Jimmy G coming back has caused a little turmoil. They're saying Trey Lance is actually agitated with the decision too. If I'm being honest, I think we're going to win this game. I think it's actually going to be a blowout, to be honest with you, especially in the first half. They're saying that even it's possible that Trey Lance gets benched this game just because, they're on the fence of his development, obviously. And so bringing back Jimmy G, they're thinking it could be one of the couple years seasons back, with the Bears when we had Mitch and Nick, when Nick came in and beat the Lions.
Yep.
They're saying that could happen with this game, where they have Jimmy G come back the second half and try to come over. That's what a lot of these a lot of these announcers have been saying here. Trust me, I listen to it all the time when I drive to work. And these guys, man, they just be saying all this talk.
I don't know if Shanahan would do that week 1. But I could see that happening at some point this season if Lance struggles. Like, if he struggles for more than a game or two, I mean, you got Garoppolo sitting there. I'll say that, I'll put this on record. I'd rather face where Trey Lance is in his development right now. I would rather face Trey Lance than Jimmy Garoppolo in this game.
Yeah, obviously, because he knows he's a vet and stuff. But another thing I wanted to ask, too, was what are your thoughts about the replacement of Ted Phillips? I've been hearing a lot of things on Twitter and stuff saying that Ryan Pace might even take the job for something like that, but I don't know what
Pace ain't coming back. Pace ain't coming back. It's too early for me to speculate on candidates for who's going to replace Phillips, but I don't think it's going to be Pace. That just doesn't make sense. I don't. There was speculation at the end of last year that they would have Pace move up into a position like that and then hire a different GM, but as soon as they fired him, I just don't think I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. All right, thanks, Harrison.
All right, you bet, man. All right, let's go to Chaz. What's up, Chaz?
Okay. So you know me, and you know my whole playoff. Every day, all day, we going in. I think we're gonna start off 2-0. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it's tough or whatever.
It's possible.
But Lance, I don't think he ain't got it yet. He ain't got it yet. I ain't worried about him really. If he throws a dime, whatever, he gets one. I got us 31-17 as my prediction. I predicted a long time ago. And then I think we can shock the world, I guess, and beat the Packers.
Yep.
But if we did do, which I think we will do, if we did do that, how the power rankings do you think we?
I mean, shoot, if the Bears start 2-0, beat the Niners and Packers, they're going to be in the top 10 of power rankings. Like, you know, if these company, I know here at our Chat Sports Power Rankings, if the Bears start 2-0 and beat the Niners and Packers the first 2 weeks, I can promise you the Bears will be in the top 10 of our power rankings. I don't know what ESPN, NFL Network, all these other sites will do, but we release power rankings every week, and we reset every week based on how things are going. So if the Bears start 2-0 and beat 2 quality opponents in the Niners and Pack, they will be in the top 10. That I can promise you.
But the whole thing would be, they just had a bad day. The other team had a bad day,
that's
and
garbage.
They got lucky, and Field should have been this, he should have been that, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It's like that. What was that? 18 when we won all them close games.
Yeah.
By like 3 points or something, and it was like, but they're still horrible. And then when they, Matt Nagy done went in his playbook and stuff, like when they start getting to the system, they suck.
Yeah.
But
it's the NFL, man. It doesn't matter. You don't need style points. If you're beating good teams, you're beating good teams.
A win is a win. That's what we say on Golden State Seconds. Win by a second is still a win.
Let's go. Let's make it happen. If they start 2-0, Chaz, I'm gonna be remembering you said it. All right.
Remember, I said playoffs. I've been said playoffs. Just remember that.
Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, I got 9-8. I think that might get them in, man. That'd be great. So
11, or we're gonna do 12 and whatever. We're gonna do 11.
I'll pump the brakes on that, but we'll see. Got to get to the next caller here. Appreciate that. All right, I've been waiting. Sang-Rae Kim on the call-in app. Let's hear it, my friend. You got to hit that mic button in your bottom right-hand corner, and then you'll be free to talk. What's up? Oh, you're muted again. I've been waiting for this call for months.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, man?
Hey, Harrison.
How's it going?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I got you.
Oh, alrighty. Yeah, I got you too, bro.
All right, man. You still calling them Boston?
I mean, I think people in Chicago are crazy right now. I think there's such a big discrepancy between what the national media is talking about the Bears, and people like Adam Hogue and all the national. I mean, not the fan base, not even the local reporters like Adam Hogue people. I mean, they're drinking this Kool-Aid about the Bears going to the playoffs and potentially going to Super Bowl and following the footsteps of the Giants who beat the undefeated Patriots a few years back. I mean, why do you think there's such a big discrepancy between the national media and the kind of the sentiments in the local Chicago people there.
Who have you heard that has predicted the Bears to the Super Bowl?
No, there's a lot of. I mean, I guess like not the reporters. I guess they're not.
Fans are always going to say.
But there are a lot of my friends in the fan base like who are kind of like, oh, the Justin Fields is the next Patrick Mahomes or something like and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't get this. I mean, like, he did this, like, really, I mean, he did a good job, I guess, in Cleveland, but, like, it was, again, like, second and third ringer. I mean, I don't get this hype. Like, I mean, this hype with this team really kind of hyped up after the Cleveland game. And, I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, I'm a Bears fan, obviously, but, like, I mean, don't we need to, like, pump the brakes on, like, I mean...
Yeah, look, anyone that's saying Super Bowl needs to chill out. That's not going to happen. But I will continue to say that I think the schedule's manageable. I think this coaching staff is more competent, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won 8 or 9 games. And if you do
so
that,
why do you think the national media, like ESPN and NFL Network, is like so low on the Bears?
Because they go and look at the list of free agents that teams sign, and there's nothing sexy about what the Bears did, and they're like, oh well, Fields is screwed. And then the same national media, Keyshawn Johnson, after the 3rd preseason game, oh, he looks like Mahomes. So you know how it is. They talk about the teams that are, and they study the teams that are drawing the clicks right now. The Bears are not a team projected to win a ton right now, so they're not going to spend a bunch of time on what they think the Bears could be. They'll just kind of throw out a lazy, they'll be like 5-12 this year. They're not ready, but. You know, I will give the local media credit. Guys like Hogue, when they and Adam Johns and all these guys who have covered training camp after training camp after training camp, when they say there's noticeable differences at camps and in the coaching and in the teaching and how they look, I mean, I value that. I value that way more than what Dan Orlovsky's record prediction is for the Bears without being there every single day. So. You know, we just have to wait and see how it plays out. I'm not predicting the Super Bowl. I don't think that, but I don't think punting on this season is necessarily the case either. I think this team could surprise some people.
I mean, you know, I've been on the Bustin Fields train for a while.
Oh, yeah, we're well aware.
But, like, I mean, like, after seeing the Browns game, I guess I came around a bit. I mean, you know.
You at least have to acknowledge he's made progress at the very minimum.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if it was, like, against, like, a second or third, I mean...
He looks more
But, like, I mean, I guess, like, people think that he's, like disregarding who the opponents were. Like, his mechanics are better and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and that's fair, and I'll leave it at this because I got to take some other calls. But
yeah.
If he struggled against those backups, it would be the biggest story around this team. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, there's two sides to it. So, if he balls out against backups, he should do that, right? Like, we should be excited about him doing that. Now, we should acknowledge, hey, it's a lot of backups. They didn't play Clowney, et cetera, Myles Garrett. But this team could barely take a snap against the Browns last year. Granted, they had more starters out there, but I would call that progress. I think this offense is at least going to be competent. Now, whether they execute week in and week out, we'll see. You got to have enough talent, but I do think it's at least going to look more smooth. I'll say that.
All right, fuck Green Bay.
Exactly, FGB, get it going. Eric is next up. That was a good call from Sangray. Good sport there. Appreciate that. All right, Eric up next in the queue. What do you got for me, Eric? Hit that mic button, bottom right-hand corner. We'll talk some Bears football whenever you're ready. Got to click the mic button, though, to unmute yourself.
Hey, don't know what happened there. My app randomly closed out when I clicked unmute. How's it going, Harrison?
I'm good. What's up?
Hey, so I'm definitely excited for this matchup coming week 1. First of all, Bears football is finally back. I feel like it's been forever. Definitely excited to see Fields go up against Trey Lance. I think Fields is going to have his chip on the shoulder after seeing that, Shanahan was drawing up plays right after the pro day or whatever it was. Yeah. So I think Fields is going to go out and ball out. Definitely excited. I think one of the most important matchups is to see Braxton Jones go up against Nick Bosa, give him his first true test to see if he is going to be our left tackle. And then I did have a question. So I saw that Lucas Patrick was back in practice, although I didn't see if he was actually snapping or anything. Do you think he starts on Sunday? Or do you think they're going to play it safe and maybe wait a week, see how he's doing?
I said this earlier during our YouTube stream. I'll post the video in a little bit. But if he can't snap the ball, because they're throwing out this idea, well, he could play guard until he can snap. Like, to me, he either starts at center or he doesn't start. Like, I'm done with all this shuffling of, Tevin Jenkins, we've moved you from left tackle to right guard. You finally look comfortable. Oh, wait, Patrick can't snap yet, so we're going to play him at right guard, and you're not going to start. Like, I just don't think that's good processing. So if he can't snap, I would just roll with Mustipher. It's one game, 2 tops. I got to think if he's already back at practice, then at minimum, he's probably going to be ready by week 2. So that's how I would approach it. Sure, you could have him active. He could be the emergency center, backup guard type of guy if something tragic happens to a couple of your linemen. But I would roll with Mustipher if Lucas Patrick can't snap the ball. But they're hopeful he'll be able to. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, like I know I saw a little bit of that of like, oh, you could put him in a guard, but like personally, he would go to right guard against like Jenkins, but Jenkins has been doing well so far, and I think they really need this week 1 matchup, like kind of see what's going up.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the call, Harrison. Have a good one.
All right, Eric, appreciate you. Let's go to Addy next. Welcome in. Whenever you're ready, just unmute yourself. What's up, man?
So as the offseason was going on, I remember the Bears channel had the football drive, kind of like I guess you could say mini
1920 stuff. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and finding out that football is back already after waiting for months, and watching all the shows and everything, seeing Andrew Janoko, Getsy, Eberflus, Williams, Hightower, it's kind of getting me really excited because last season with Maggie and the staff, they didn't really seem like they, really cared about Fields or anybody. They just their attention was focused on Dalton, but this staff, I really, really like what they're doing because they're focusing on Fields. I remember the clip I saw where Janoko did the QB flinch drill with Fields, and he did pretty well with that. I just feel like overall, even though depending on the outcome, no matter what, I think the Bears stand a fighting chance against the Niners because this staff clearly cares, unlike the previous regime. And I just think that the Bears will put up more of a fight than they did the last time they played San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think I continue to say it. I think the Bears have a competent coaching staff. I think Fields is going to be improved. I think the O-line is going to be better, even though it may not be great. And if all those things end up being true, then this should be a better team. So, obviously, we've got to wait and see. Preseason's preseason, but these first 2 weeks are going to tell a lot. Even if the Bears go 0-2, let's say they're 0-2, but they're competitive in both games, like they're both one-score games, I'm not going to feel sour about this team. Like, I would love to split the first 2 games. Hell, if you get both, I mean, you're feeling really good at that point. That your expectations change at that point. Yeah, I mean, I feel good about where this team is right now. Let's see how this first week goes, and then, we'll reassess. But I'm excited about where this thing's going.
Yeah, because I know, like, the media has been slandering the Bears, saying they're going to lose to San Francisco. And at first it looks like it, but then as you, like, watch, like, what's going on in camp and everything, it doesn't, like, paint the entire picture. Because I feel like, the swagger is back, the energy's back, there's an actual competent coaching staff. I just really think Chicago could upset San Francisco. Hell, even go to Lambeau and steal one from Green Bay, because I know they've always struggled in Lambeau Field, except for 2018 when they almost won it, but they choked. I just feel like with this kind of coaching staff, the Bears have a fighting chance. I think they could start the season off hot. Eberflus has the hits principle, and now with Roquan coming back, I remember seeing Roquan coming back on the Bears football drive. I think that's what's going to pump up Bears fans, and I think that's what's going to bring the energy. And now Roquan's back, and the Bears will have a fighting chance. And I just feel like, instead of blowouts, we're going to see like close games coming down to the wire. And if Chicago even loses by a touchdown or 2, it doesn't matter because it's a young new team, and I feel like the Bears should start off 2-0, 1-1, and still look great.
Let's go. Let's make it happen. Going to go to Fofo next. Keep these calls moving here. Fofo, what's up? Welcome into the show. When you're ready, unmute yourself. And we lost him. All right, let's go to Corey. What's up, Corey? Welcome back to the program. What do you got for me, Corey?
Well, first of all, I feel like we're going to be probably 10-7.
Okay. I'd take that.
And And the reason I say that, I don't think the Vikings are going to be as good as everybody thinks they are.
That would be nice.
I mean, they're keeping the same quarterback.
Yep.
Switching defenses.
Yep.
After being in the same defense for how many years?
Yeah. I mean, those are all changes that they are making. Now, I will say the last 2 years, Zimmer's defense was terrible. They really struggled. So changing might actually be a good thing for that side of the ball. I think the reason that people are high on the Vikings is that the offensive skill group is just so good. They got Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. We'll see if Jalen Reagor gives them anything, but they've added they've got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, they still have Kirk Cousins, who still has a lot to prove, in my opinion.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is the starter in the league.
We'll find out this year. We'll see. All right, Corey, appreciate the call. Let's go to Unapologetic Truth, who is next up. Feel free to unmute yourself, bottom right-hand corner, mic button when you're ready, and we can talk some Bears football. What's up? Still muted, Truth. Next to the like button in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a mic button. If you click that, you're able to talk. I'll give you a couple seconds. If not, there may be a setting on your phone that you have to set to allow microphone access. Going once, going twice. All right, got to keep it moving here. We got a Jack in the chat, not producer Jack, who's helping us out today. What's up, Jack? What do you got?
Hey, Harrison. Can you hear me okay?
I got you. Yep.
Awesome. So I know that you are high on Jaquan and Briscoe, as am I. Do you see him becoming a safety similar to Buda Baker by the end of the 2023 season?
Who'd you say, Buda Baker?
Yeah, just with the aggressive play style.
Yeah, there are some similarities there. I like that comp. If he's as good as Buda Baker, you got a really good player. I mean, Baker's one of the top safeties in the league, in my opinion. So I hope so. I think he's going to be an instinctive player that can create turnovers both in coverage and in the run game. I think he's going to be a peanut punch guy. So I hope so, man. I have high expectations. I think he's already becoming a leader for this team. I have high hopes for him. I think Brisker is going to be a guy that's going to be here for a long time. I really do.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Keep up the great content.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Let's go to D. Sneed here, who's next up on the line. What's up, D. Sneed? What do you got for me? Unmute yourself whenever you're ready.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, great. Hey, big fan of the show and everything. Crap, I don't even know what to say. I'm just really excited for the season and everything. Tired of the slander. The thing that I don't really get, sort of say, is during preseason, I know it's preseason and preseason take it with a grain of salt, is when Trey Lance struggles, people say, well, he's a young quarterback. But Justin Fields does good, and they're like, well, it's preseason.
Exactly.
That's kind of like one of the things I don't really understand.
Yeah.
And then people say like he's like worse than Daniel Jones one day, plays a good preseason against the Browns. Oh, I see Patrick Mahomes. I just it's everywhere. I don't understand it at all.
The good news is he said, she said season is almost over. We're 5 days away. Once the games start, it's all about what's happening this year. So I hear you.
Yeah.
The takes are coming from everywhere. We've heard everything at this point. It's time for talk is cheap at this point. Let's lace them up and go play.
Real quick before I move on to the next one, what is what's realistic? Is 6 wins, 7 wins, 10 wins? I
think 8.
What do you think is realistic?
I think 6 is probably the floor, maybe 5. Obviously, if Fields gets hurt, that lowers it. And then I think 10 or 11 is the ceiling. I'm kind of right in that 8 to 9 range. I think that with the way the schedule lines up, if you can win, if you can split these opening 2 somehow, if you can win one of these first 2 games, there's a real chance you start 3-1. And if you start 3-1, you got a chance to make some moves, man. Because you got the Texans at home in week 3. That's a game you should win. Giants on the road week 4. All road games are hard, but I think the Bears should be able to at least have a good chance of winning that game. if you can split the first two and then win those two to start 3-1, you set yourself up with some wiggle room to win and lose some other games. So, I'm kind of in that 8 or 9 win range. That's where I keep going back and forth on.
I gotta go talk to my mommy.
Sorry, that's my daughter.
Tell her, tell her bear down. We won't teach her FGB yet. We won't teach her FGB yet. I'll let you decide that. But that's awesome.
Nah, not yet. Thanks, Harrison.
All right, man. That's awesome. Deese needs a girl dad. You love to see it. All right, Eddie. We're gonna try him again. Eddie, welcome back. If you click that mic button, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, I'm calling back because there was something I didn't say that I really been wanting to say for a while. And I, I'm probably gonna get butchered by like the fan base. That's everyone listening right now, but I just have open eye about this. Obviously Justin Fields is like he is the key factor in the future of this team as of right now.
Yep.
But don't. And I know we're all talking about we hope for like 10 wins, 8 wins, 7 wins, but as a team, I feel like this team it's like built for next year. We have the most cap space next year.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. And as a team, do you feel like we would benefit more if we? I know tank is like a wild word to throw out there, but in general, I feel like if we had high value draft picks, we're gonna have all the picks next year.
Yeah.
I know
what you're saying. Yeah.
And I feel like as a team, obviously Justin Fields going out there showing everything he's got is so key to this future for the franchise and everything. But I just have I feel like I would feel like this team would be a lot better if we did the sacrifice this season and then thought about next season. And I know that's something you don't really speak about in this league, in the football, but just I don't know, man. And just if we have a top pick, you know what I mean, and we get second rounders and we get it out in, and then we have the most cap space, we're loaded next year, if you think about it in that sense.
Here's the way I see it, and I do hear what you're saying. Number one, with the new regime, they're not going to tank in terms of not trying to win on Sundays. Now, you could argue that Ryan Poles wasn't super aggressive in free agency this year because he wanted to set the books up for next year and beyond. And a result of that could be not winning as many games as possible this year as you could have possibly had you gone out and made a couple more big signings or something like that. But I think you got to play to win these games. You know what I'm saying? You got to set that. You can't set that mentality of, hey, this season doesn't matter because – number one, a lot of these players on this team are on one-year deals, so they're fighting for their career. Like Byron Pringle, he doesn't give a damn what happens next year, okay? You know what I mean? So, sure, if the result is they go 5-12 and get a top 5 pick, hey, that's okay. You're going to have a high draft pick, but I don't think we should be upset if this team goes 8-9, barely misses the playoffs, and it costs them a few draft slots either. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, that's true. No, I feel that because we still have Roquan on the bubble. We don't know if he's coming back. And, with Monty thing, he did kind of his 5th year, I thought, right? And so,
he didn't have a 5th year because he wasn't a first-round pick.
Oh, yeah.
So he's free agent after this year. Yep.
Exactly. So, and I want him back. We just need that line, dude. He would be top. I'm telling you, top 5 Monty if we get the good line in front of him.
Could be, man. He's a stud.
Yeah, and so that's why I was thinking a lot. I'm just this team, I honestly think next year is the year for us. When we had that 2018 run, I think we'll go with that and beyond next year for sure is what I'm hoping for. But my last couple points I wanted to say too is I honestly think a hot take here, but I think Jaquan Brisker is going to lead the league for rookies and interceptions.
Let's go, man.
I feel like he can get that. I think he's the dog, man. And he's going to light it up. And I think honestly, I can see that lighting the fire on Eddie Jackson too. He don't have to cover as much. He has his side, and I feel like our secondary is going to be a pretty good unit. But also, I'm upset that the Bears are going to make the Dome because I feel like the Chicago is just meant for the grimy winter. No one wants to play in Chicago during playoffs. I feel like that was our identity.
I hear that, but dude, the money you can get by having a dome is just
I know.
Too much sense. I know the sentimental side of it, and having a 20-degree game in January, but hell, look at the Packers. It hasn't benefited them. they're not winning all these cold weather games at Lambeau. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
I think,
True.
this is just the way it's going, man. If you're building a new stadium and you're not building a dome, you're not doing yourself any favors as a franchise.
Yeah,
like, it just
that's
is what
true.
it is. So I appreciate the call, Eddie. I got to keep it moving, though. We got a few more.
It's all good.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. All right, let's go to Jess, who's next up on the line. We got a few more, then we'll sign off here. Jess, welcome in. What's up?
Hey, Harrison. I got like a question and like two statements, kind of.
Okay.
First of all, why wouldn't we like kind of move Cody Whitehair into center and like put like Patrick at left guard and like start Tevin Jenkins? Because I feel like that's better than like rolling out with Mustafa,
The reason I would say that, and if Patrick's injury was more serious, like say he was going to be on IR or PUP to start the year and miss at least a month, I could see that being a scenario. But I think the Bears, number one, they have not practiced Whitehair at center one time to my knowledge in this regime. Not once. So he has not played center at all in this scheme. So that's number one. Number two, I think their assessment is, okay, we signed Patrick to be the center. Yeah, he might miss the opener at most 2 games, although I think he'll be back by week 2 at the latest. But we'll have to wait and see. I think they're saying we're not going to shuffle Whitehair over to center for 1 game, put Patrick at guard for 1 game, and then shuffle it back the next. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's messing with the chemistry.
Yeah, if this was a month or 6 weeks, like if Patrick, if he tore his meniscus and was out 6 to 8 weeks, I'd probably feel differently because I think a combination of Whitehair at center, Mustafa not starting, and another option, that would probably be better. But if it's going to be
like
1 game or 2, I'm just kind of like, you know what, man? Like, at least Mustafa has starting experience. We know he's not great, but I think I don't think you shuffle all these pieces around for 1 game. I just don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, I've just been loving how Tevin Jenkins has been playing this preseason. And,
I would not take
like throughout the later part of camp.
Yeah, and I made that point. Like, if Patrick can't start at center, I wouldn't start him this week. I think he
might as well just get him fully healthy because Tevin needs those reps to develop more than Lucas Patrick does, to be honest.
And I don't think it's fair to Tevin Jenkins' mentals at this point with how much they've put on him already. Hey, we know you've earned this, but Patrick's healthy, but he can't play center.
Yeah, our center can't snap a football. You got to sit on the bench, bro.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Now, if if they want to have Patrick healthy, and if Jenkins really struggles, and they need to put Patrick in at guard, okay, that's fine. But Jenkins should start though, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. So another statement I have. So I'm a 49ers fan who's like my friend, and we've been talking about like the opening week. I just think that, the fact that Justin Fields is just like predicted to do like not even good. Like I looked at fantasy, his like passing stats were like 18 touchdowns and 15 interceptions as like a prediction. Like I honestly do not see that happening.
That would be disappointing
in any universe, Yeah. So, I don't know. That's kind of ridiculous.
I agree.
Think Fields is
I think he'll go for over 20 touchdowns,
so far.
And I think it'll be less than 15 picks.
Yeah, like for sure, like around the 10 pick range.
Yeah, I could see like
same as last
21,
year.
22 touchdowns and like 11 picks.
Which
isn't
like,
a crazy
I figure,
season.
Like, kind of like a ceiling for him.
Yeah.
I mean, not a ceiling, not a ceiling, a floor.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to do just fine. But go Bears, bro. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the Packers.
Let's go, man. Appreciate it. Let's go to Jason. Got a few more on the line to get to. Jason, what's up, man?
Hi, Harrison. Can you hear me?
I got you.
All right. Thanks for having me. Okay. First of all, I want to talk about the disrespect going around the league right now, man. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Cynthia's projections, the Bears getting 4 wins the whole season. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's unheard of. The team is very... it's irrational to think that because the team is unproven and that there's a lot of chips on everyone's shoulders right now. You got Justin Fields. He wants to make a point. He wants to be our franchise quarterback going into the future. Roquan Smith's on his last year. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to make a statement and let everyone know, hey, I'm here to play. I'm here to stay. Look at me. I'm balling out. You know what I mean?
Well, and I keep saying too. Nagy's, not to cut you off and then you can finish your point, Nagy's worst team won 6 games last year, and it was a disaster. And they could have won 8. They should have beat the Steelers, and they should have beat the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
And that
there was a couple close games last year.
And we considered that season a disaster last year, and people are like, oh yeah, 3-14. Like, how is that? Like, what logic are you living in to suggest that that's going to happen with the schedule being a lot easier as well?
But you know what they're doing, Harrison? They're also forgetting. I don't think we're a pass-first football team at all. Not with David Montgomery sitting behind the line.
They want to control.
I think we're a run-first.
Yep.
Yeah, we are a run-first team, and having Justin Fields there to help make those plays and roll out, and open up and being able to put the football downfield and open up those lanes, and it's just ridiculous. And I have a feeling if you guys are bettors and you guys like sportsbook and stuff, throw some money out there. You'd be surprised. I've already made over $500 in the preseason just because of the Bears.
Let's go, man. Love it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the Bears getting
it's crazy.
7.5 at home in the opener is crazy to me. Like, I figured the Niners would be favored, but 7.5 at home with Trey Lance making really his first start? I mean, I just don't it. I think Bears money line
sitting there and seeing that. Sitting here and seeing that, it hurts. Personally, as a Bears fan, man, my whole life, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm up there. I'm with you guys. I'm an old man. I'm a diehard Bears fan. FGB all the way. The disrespect is ridiculous, and I think Justin Fields, I want to see him do good, man. I think he's going to be something special, and let's go. I'm with you. 8 or 9 this year, and hopefully, first round playoff. Maybe we get knocked out. Maybe we don't. Yeah. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do. But I'm really excited to see what they do in Arlington. I'm really excited to see what happens with Soldier Field. I'm all in.
Let's go. All in, man. Bear down. Let's make it happen.
Let's bear down.
Let's
and
go.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
You too. Roosevelt is next up. Going to try and go rapid fire here, then we got to sign off. So if you've already called into the show, we're not going to get to you a second time. So Roosevelt, take it away, my friend.
Yeah.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, the crazy part is I'm tired of the disrespect. Like, I saw something like a couple weeks ago. I've been seeing it like they had the Bears having some of the good offensive linemen, in the league, like one of the best lines in the league.
Yep.
And I saw they posted that up like probably like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. I can see them having like probably like out of the 10, 1 out of 10, one of the best lines in the league. And then it's just with the disrespect for Justin Fields. If he didn't have that little mental health problem, whatever he had went through when he was going to get drafted, they had him going like the top 3. But when he had that little issue, he dropped.
I don't even know where that came from, man. I think a lot of that stuff was fabricated.
Yeah, and then it's just because he got drafted to the Bears, they basically just mashed him and saying he's not going to be a good quarterback or whatever. It's just a disrespect that they born on the Bears, and which is crazy. Yep. I just don't understand it.
I'm with you, Roosevelt. Let's go prove them wrong.
Yeah, and then Darnell Mooney, I feel he's going to have an outstanding year this year. And man, Cole Kmet, I really think Cole Kmet finna be a big problem in this offense. I really do.
I think he's gonna, after Mooney, I think he's gonna lead the team in receiving.
And what Matt Eberflus did, how he put Eddie Jackson back at free safety. I hope he can get back into that first year where he had that big season. Yeah. We're going back to that free safety, man.
I hope so, man.
And I really feel like we're gonna go 4-0.
Let's go, man.
I think we're gonna beat. I really do. The Packers not the team they was last year.
No,
they're not. They're not the same team from last year. And Lazard, they not for sure he's going to be ready for week 2.
He's not even a number 1, even if he is.
Exactly. So I really think we can go 4-0. I think we can make the wild card, but I think we probably 10-7, I believe.
All right, let's
do
it.
The disrespect, I feel like we.
All right, man. Got to go to Kyle next. Appreciate the call, Roosevelt. All right, Kyle and then Randy are the last two, and then we're signing off. Kyle, what's up? What do you got for me?
Hey, man. I agree with Jason that we are being disrespected by the national media.
Yep.
We are definitely.
I just lost you, Kyle. You still going? Still with us?
Oh, yes.
There you are.
Did I lose you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. As a Bear fan for the last 4 decades,
Yep.
living outside of Chicago, I'm actually happy that we're getting a new stadium, and I certainly hope we go not college level attendance, over 80,000, close to the 100,000.
Yeah. they got to make the stadium bigger, no doubt. So, I definitely think that's going to happen.
All right, that's all I have.
All right, appreciate the call. We got Randy here. Randy, what's up? What do you got for me? Click that mic button, bottom right-hand corner, and you are good to go.
Yeah, am I on?
Yep, you're
Harrison, my man, listen, it's a pleasure. I want to say that first of all.
Appreciate
I just want to lead this piece for the Bears fans, man, because I'm a newer Bears fan. I kind of came in around the Devin Hester era, Super Bowl era when we went to the Super Bowl and whatnot. Last 4 years has been very interesting for me, you know what I mean? I remember when we drafted Justin Fields, the young GOAT. That's right, I said it.
Uh-huh.
It was so much love. As a Bears fan, I've been a Bears fan for maybe 10 years now, and I've never seen the love, the people, like so much national media was on us. They was ready for us. They was hyped for us. Oh, it's a new day in Chicago.
The excitement was real, man.
Right? And to see everyone turn on us, I want to say this to the Bears fans, embrace it, yo. Embrace it. Because no one's taking us this year, and I love it, man. They got us going 2-17. It is what it is. Bear down. Harrison, keep doing what you're doing. I love you. I love the way you carry the show every day. You know what I mean? I'm always there. You put me on, man. It's definitely dope. I definitely want to say that, man, because nobody pulling for us. And we gonna be something this year, man. And they forget we got Monty. They forget we got Mooney. They forget them. We got dogs, yo. We got some real dogs.
They got some dudes, man. We got some dudes.
Most definitely, man.
Appreciate the love, man. That's real, and hope to see us Sunday during the game. Let's do it.
Oh, you already know, man. Bear down.
Bear down. Let's do it. All right, Robert hopped in here, so we'll end with him. Robert, you get the final word. Welcome to the show. Click that mic button, and we'll chop it up. What's up?
What's up, Harris?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You guys do a fantastic job talking about the Bears.
Appreciate that.
I'm really excited about the Bears because everybody's saying, "Oh, we're going to be this low bottom team," but look at what Philadelphia did. They didn't have an elite receiver. They didn't have an elite quarterback.
Yep.
They went to the Super Bowl and they beat Tom Brady.
True.
I'm not saying the Bears are going to do that, but that's a possibility. I got confidence in Justin Fields this year. He's going to take that step, and Cole Kmet's going to take that step. With a good offensive coordinator in Luke Getz, he's gonna make Justin Fields comfortable in that offense.
I agree.
And the defense, I don't know. This defense is, going to be good.
I think it's going to be good too. People are sleeping on the defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you get Lucas Patrick back. You get Byron Pringle back.
Yep.
You get all these injury guys back, and if we start out 2-0, then everybody's going to start talking, about them. Oh my God, this team's, for real. Because I think we can go up to, Green Bay and beat the Packers. Because that's all new up there.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Let's make it happen. I got one more call here. My guy, the Bears fan, he hopped in here, so I got to get him on. And then we got a $100 super chat on YouTube that we'll end the show with as well. What's up, the Bears fan? What's going on?
Yo, can you hear me?
I gotcha. What's good?
The app just closed out on me, man. How you been, brother?
I'm good, man. 5 days. Let's go.
Hey, it's football week, baby! Woo!
We're back, baby. We're so fucking back.
Oh, man, yeah, you guys are making bank off of that YouTube, too. I like it. I like it, man. I love the channel, bro.
Sealand just sent in another Hyundai.
Jesus. I gotta get that guy to pay some of my student loans off, man. Throwing like $2,000 a week at you guys. Fuck, man. But yeah, Joel's the go. No, man. So I'm excited for week 1. I think everybody, like I've been telling you, have been writing people off, writing the Bears off. I mean,
yep.
But I want to kind of gear this question a different way. I know we've been talking about the Bears for the past 3 months, and I think every question has kind of been squeezed out of everybody.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the rest of our division, man. With the Green Bay Packers and the receiving room kind of being up and down, don't really know how their offense is going to look. They still have weapons in the backfield, and their defense is nice.
Yep.
Vikings, the receiving core is always nice. Dalvin Cook is a beast. He's on my fantasy team. But their defense is pretty exposed. And Dan Campbell, I don't know if you've been watching Hard Knocks, but he's got them boys fired up, ready to play.
They're going to be competitive. Detroit. Detroit's going to play hard, man. I don't think we can just assume anymore that that's 2 easy wins.
I want to know, out of the 6 games that we're playing in our division this year, I don't care about the rest of them, but out of the games, how many are wins for the Bears, whether it's home or away, and how many are losses? That's the question.
All right, man. I just did my record prediction video on YouTube. It'll go out later this week as well. 3-3. I got them splitting with all 3. I think they surprised. They beat the the Packers once this year. Split with the Vikings, and I have them losing at Detroit. I think Detroit could get the Bears once. So beat them all 3 times, lose them all 3 times. If he goes 3-3, I think we'd be pretty okay with that. Agree? Disagree? Split the division?
Actually, I had them going 4-2.
They could sweep the Lions.
Actually, my hot take, I think they're going to sweep the Vikings, man.
Let's go, man.
I think they're going to sweep the Vikings.
Right,
I think the Lions are going to play pretty hard, man, but I think they're going to sweep the Vikings. They go into close games every single game they play, and I think Justin Fields and his offense is going to have just enough to etch them out. But I can't wait for it, man. If you guys want to win some money, put your money on the Bills on Thursday. I got $200 on them.
I love the Bills.
Love the channel, bro. Keep it up, man.
All right, man. You're the man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for hopping in today on Call-In. We're going to sign off. When we sign out, hit that subscribe button. Live post-game show after the Niners game. Want to hear from all of you. So we're going to go ahead and sign off here on the Call-In app. All right, we are still live on YouTube, and holy smokes, Sealand. Woo! Sealand sending in another Hyundai piece. Producer Jack taking a shot with me, and we'll sign off on this note. Hopefully this pays the bills. We'll get that deal going for you, Sealand. Trust me. See you Sunday. Stay safe. FGB, save up for Sunday, Sealand. You may be coming for Joel O'Connell. I expect a little back and forth. Cheers. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe. FGB, baby. 5 days. Niners coming up this week.